get it.
Hello, shooters, loaders, and casters. Welcome to JH586. I'm sorry, this is the Georgia Shooting Connection Friday night live stream. I've been working on a video this week, and I got so much stuff going off over here all at once it ain't even funny. And we've got 27 comments in 1 minute, and I cannot keep up. Hey, y'all, hope y'all had a good week. Can we go back and start that over again?
Nope. Just run with
it. Just go.
It's done what we done, huh?
I don't think we'll ever get back there again.
Welcome in all you guys on the side chat, all you folks on the panel. Hope y'all had a good week. CW, how was your week, brother?
It was awesome. Absolutely awesome week. We had some pretty good weather. I got to the range a couple times. Got some stuff done around the yard. It was a pretty good week. Hillbilly, how was your week?
Oh, man. It was a good week. Still so windy here. Just can't hardly get out to the range. I mean,
ain't that the truth?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, you shoot a heavy bullet, or something, but the volume on the cameras is just, that's all you hear. So it's terrible video making, weather. So, but other than that, I had a great week. How about you, Rebel? Hey, how's your week, buddy?
Yeah, my week was okay. We sold several guns and monetarily paid bills, and that's all you can hope for as a small business, And the fly shot that I built in one corner is starting to garner some attention, and I kind of did that with me and one partner's money and a very small investment, and Lord, the fishing industry is so much better to you than the gun industry. The margins are better. It's great. And I said, I've been talking to his dad, and his daughter loves fishing and she wants a fly rod, and he's too tight to buy one. And I finally got a fly rod in that was an outfit that was cheap enough for him to justify her birthday. And I even gave her some trout flies that I had tied and some other ones, and got that for her birthday. And she came in and he surprised her, and that grin on her face was something else. Boy, I loved it.
Good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Walter, how was your week?
I had a good week too. Weather was pretty good. Last week was rainy and couldn't do a whole lot outside. This week was quite a bit better for us here. I got to the range twice this week, and I got a couple of videos kicked out, and got some outside time, and spent some time with friends, and just did all kinds of good stuff this week. So it was good for me, and I'm still alive and kicking. So Dr. Zink, the Zink Master, his own self. How was your week, buddy?
My week was good. Always good. Very rarely bad week. But just very busy at work as normal. 3 emails from some of my zinc people. I got 3 boxes coming, 40 plus pounds. And, so I got to make some boxes up over the weekend to get them ready to ship out. Some tin. and all good. I don't
Really
know.
good. Really,
You down
really
there,
good.
Kyle?
Hey everybody, it's extremely grateful to be here. I know I've been absent for a little bit due to work and all that, but I'm here now, so let's take advantage of it. I've had a great week. My wife is recovering very well from her surgery.
All right.
She can now eat almost normal food. We had some salmon and rice the other night, and it was spectacular. And she said that's the best meal she's had in her life. After 2.5 weeks of a liquid diet, we're sitting here trying to get some groceries down our neck. So I'm gonna be a little bit quiet for a minute. But yeah, everything's going great. I hope everybody else is having a great weekend or week and going into the weekend too. Mark, what you got?
Been a real good week. Pennsylvania can't quite make up its mind whether it's spring or not yet, but we'll get through it. Looking forward to a good evening. Thanks for having me, and let's go on over there to that guy.
Poke him in the head a couple times. He don't hear you.
I am. I'm poking.
Hey,
Hey.
Hey.
No. We have to do it right. Okay. Count us down, Walter.
all right, here we go. Are we all ready? You guys in the side chat too? Oh wait, never mind. On 3, 2, 1. Hey. West Coast weirdo.
Yeah.
My brother.
What's up? What's cracking? What's cracking, people? Hey, well, happy Friday to you guys. Appreciate the invite. Just enjoying the soaking sun here in California. Sorry, but not sorry.
I'm gonna start poking him in the head again.
It's nice and sunny.
No, man. Hey, no. Hey, no. Hey, I just appreciate you guys, man. I look forward to Fridays. So, thank you guys. God bless, man. That's all I got.
Hey, Mario, don't feel pregnant. We had a beautiful day here in Georgia as well.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we did here too.
Did
Just
you
got
really?
dark.
Congratulations.
It was gorgeous.
It just got dark. That's all.
Yeah, that's
Just
all.
got dark.
Yeah.
Okay. The bugs are
You can
starting to come out here, so I gotta become a freaking toxic avenger all of a sudden. So we should be good. Hey, if you know, you know. You know what I'm saying?
If you know, you know.
If you know,
That's
you know.
Oh Lord, I missed you guys.
We missed you
Yeah,
too.
I
Kyle.
kind of missed you. I kind of missed you.
Just kind of. Oh man,
No, hey, bro. You know you're not a family, bro. Come on, Rangers lead the way, bro.
all the way.
So yeah. Daniel wants to know why you're on Georgia Shooting Connection, Mario.
Because I'm a brown neck and I'm a brown guy with redneck tendencies. Thank you.
He's a brother from another mother.
No, it was the craziest thing. My son-in-law says I'm the most redneck Guatemalan he's ever met. I was like, is that a compliment or an insult? I'm not sure what that is.
Yeah, that could
That's
go
a-
either way.
That's
Yeah.
a dadgum compliment. Yeah.
There's Ricky. You made it in.
Hey, 6.
Well, howdy.
Hey, I can't hardly hear y'all out here, but we just finished up our social out here. Just gonna head back to our camper.
All right.
Good.
Yeah.
That's more gooder.
Here.
Nice.
Yeah, we did pretty good
Nice
today.
ear.
Clean match so far. So
Nice.
been a lot real windy here though. It's windy in Texas, so I just wanted to pop in and say hi to everybody.
Hey,
Good
Oh,
deal.
there.
Hey, buddy.
Hi.
We'll see y'all later.
Okay.
thanks
Good
for
to see you,
being
6.
here.
See you, buddy.
Okay.
You got that brand new camper.
Got it on the road. Yeah, I got to get back into the cowboy action shooting thing, man. It's a ton of fun, and the whole the whole atmosphere is just awesome.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
the
My back,
atmosphere is awesome
my
and all
back
Get
that.
the,
hurts.
It's just a lot of work.
Yeah, my back hurts just looking at those guys trying to shoot like that.
no, you're thinking of quick
Fast
draw.
Oh yeah, those guys. Yeah, those quick draw guys. I'm like,
They're all leaning back like that. And
Yeah,
yeah. No, it was
they look
cool. Yeah,
like
man.
they're
I
doing
got to meet
6-gun yoga.
I got to meet a Cisco kid. You know, he was a good dude. Like him a
Oh,
lot.
really?
Yeah, he's really cool. Really cool person. Very, very down to earth. You know, they asked him, "How you doing, man? I see you on TV all the time." I was like, "Yeah, a little bit." So he's a good dude.
Okay, our plan is to continue last week's topic about cleaning. And one of the things we're going to talk about is specialty items and problem areas when we're shooting. And Walter, I got one in particular me and you going to talk about. So, but first I thought, why not start it off with Andy was good enough to put us a couple of links in the private chat, and you guys out there in the side chat probably don't know what that is or what that means, but can I show these, Andy?
Absolutely.
Let me see if I can figure out how to work this here computer.
Just right click and copy. You want me to post them?
All right, I think this was the first.
You can do it.
Yeah, there you go. And those little needle oilers, they're just really handy. Give you a drop at a time instead of flooding your firearm or part or whatever it is that you need to.
Yeah,
That's more gooder with a little bit of bestices.
And you
those
get
are
like,
detachable needles, and they're a little short. There's a second one that I put up when he posts that one. The needle's built into the cap, so it's not something that comes off. And just an item for oiling and other cleaners of any kind, or that you want to get into spots with.
Hey, Bruno.
Yeah,
Hey, Bruno.
Those are the ones that he's showing now. That's the one I like better.
Yeah, I got the little cap cover on it.
A little cap on there. So I actually used those when I started vaping.
I got you.
To build the vape pens. So let's see.
And these are.
I'm going to post a link. Okay.
Oh no, Andy's going postal.
It ain't posting. It might be too long.
Yeah, I hate the ones with just the spouts on there because you end up putting it on there and you wipe most of it off, so all you're doing is wasting it. So
yeah,
it's too long. The post is longer than your allowed characters, so I can't post them. But if you go on Amazon and just say squeeze needle bottles, you'll find there's a whole bunch of them, and they're really inexpensive, but they really get into you really can't get into your trigger without dousing it. You can get up from underneath and squeeze in to drop it to oil, and other areas getting the slides and all the little parts that you normally have to put too much in to get it to flow in. So these are great. They're precision. You can get in there.
very cool. Thanks for that. Let me get over here and get one that I've got. Give me just a second here.
Didn't realize that link was so many characters.
This is you can rely on certified. I don't even know what that means. Lube Masters.
Syringe.
It comes with a pocket clip and
Lupin.
So that's
Yep.
very thin.
Oh yeah, the
oil.
little pins. Yeah, those are kind of
Oh,
neat
yeah.
too.
And what I really like this.
Yep.
And see, it seems to be a little bit longer needle than.
Yeah. Does that cap come off of there so you could refill that?
Yes,
Put
sir.
your own- Okay.
But please don't make me do it on TV.
No, don't do it. Did you? You'll end up needing to change your shirt or something.
Yeah, it's gonna be all over everything. But I don't know where I got this. I'm sure somebody just gave it to me.
I bet you can find them on Amazon if you got to search enough product to find them.
Yeah, but that's that the oil that's in there is really thin. You can see how fast it's moving.
Probably
It's
mineral oil.
almost like the stuff that's inside a bubble level. So I'm thinking that it reminds me of rim oil. It's so thin. Not that there's anything wrong with rim oil. If y'all like rim oil, just yeah.
Yeah, I think rim oil's about 99.9% mineral oil.
One thing we didn't touch on last week, specific oils and lubricants and cleaners that most of the Venturist crowd cleans their precision triggers like, well, Jules out of business. But and I hate it, but the son kind of ran that business into the ground from what I understand. But your Trigger Techs and your Trigger Tech Diamonds, your Calvin Elites, they recommend naphtha, which is lighter fluid, to clean and lube your trigger. That's all you want.
What's going on, Chad?
Hey, buddy, you saved me.
How?
I've been working like a barn, switching bedrooms around in the house.
Uh-oh.
Your wife kick you out?
No. Son married off, and he's gone, got married, and he had the bigger bedroom, so moving my daughter into the bigger bedroom, and then my daughter's room is bigger than the room I'm in now, so my reloading and studio stuff is going over there once we get that room painted. So
Makes sense.
Sounds like you got a full plate.
I've
been like a sore tooth, but it's here. I was late because I was mounting a TV on the wall with one of those wall brackets.
Yeah, I got to do that too.
Yeah, that's one thing you can't stop in the middle of.
All right. Well, actually, I did. I had my wife holding it from a ladder, and I said, "I'll be back in a minute. I got to go get a bit."
And here you are.
So we was just talking about these needle oilers, and Andy gave me a couple of links, and we showed those Amazon links. And Rebel was telling us about some of the processes that those bench rest guys go through, and I know you do some bench rest. Y'all talk about it.
But I have a needle oiler that's a little different style, but I used to race RC cars, and this is what you use to oil your wheel bearings with and stuff. So I just repurposed them.
There you go.
So that's very similar to what Andy was showing us on Amazon.
Yep.
Sorry about that. I have heathens for dogs.
Yeah, so do I, but they're in there.
And we'll go through the side chat here in just in a few minutes. Got a good crowd over there already. But there's another thing that I wanted to share with y'all that I'll find while we're talking. So if there's anything else y'all want to discuss about maybe some of the lubricants you use.
Hey, Jamie, when you're done, I have something to share if you don't mind.
Bring it.
We're waiting. There you go.
Send it. Blow them up, Jamie.
Yeah, I can't tell if he's got a meatloaf or. That's not a meatloaf. Okay.
You're muted, Mario. If you're talking, we can't hear you.
Oh, my bad. Sorry, guys. Here you go. So this is my last cleaning kit I got from the military. So this is a Molly pouch right here, right?
Yeah.
It has a Molly attachments to it. Let me open it real quick.
Looks like my med pouch.
All right, so in it, it has 3 of the boar snakes. I'm telling you, boar snakes to me are like the most useful thing in the world. I use my boar snake overseas for so long. I actually tore it up. This is the one that came with the cleaning kit. Came with a little barber brush. It came with this brush right here. Even came with a pistol one for your Beretta. I've been using. This is what it came with. It came with the M Pro 7 cleaning stuff solution. Pretty much all the stuff that comes in. And I bought this one because I ran out of the other one. I just bought another one. I really like these things. And it comes with gun oil. Now this is the same gun oil that I've had, and it does have the needle tip kind of thing. And it comes with other accessories, for 9mm, 5.56, right, and 7.62, which is the most common stuff that we use. And it came with a Leatherman.
Oh, that's cool.
So, yeah, it comes with a Leatherman. It's a Leatherman mutt. It comes with all this. So this is like the stuff I always got in the military, and we used to get different ones. This is the last one that I got, and it's the one I've been using a lot, the most lately. I would tell you that this M Pro 7 stuff is really, really good, man. I've been using it quite a bit. This oil is the original oil that I got. And when the cleaner ran out, I went and bought another one. But yeah, they're really, really neat.
Yeah,
Really
nice
enjoy
kit.
this pouch. One thing I like about it is I can just put it on my 3-day pack or anything else, put on the Molly system, and away you go, and you can put all your stuff that you need in it, and it's small and compact, and you get everything that you need for it.
That'd be
So,
great for a go bag.
Mm-hmm.
Man.
yeah,
That's
absolutely. And another thing I want to share with you guys, I've been using this stuff called Birchwood gun scrubber. This thing is no joke, man, but you guys got to be really careful with this thing. You got to make sure you have some sort of eye protection and gloves, because this stuff, I think this thing is basically brake cleaner. It's what this
yeah.
is, because this thing is like super like really harsh on your skin. So
Is that
but
the
yeah, I just wanted to share that
Birchwood
with you
Casey?
guys.
Yeah, it is.
Is that the
Yeah, so,
Birchwood Casey gun scrubber?
yeah,
That stuff will clean the crap out of anything, but you have to have some lube to put back on it because it will wash every ounce of lubrication out of
absolutely.
every
Yeah.
spring.
I also been using it too for my dyes. Like if you get brand new dyes or stuff like that, I've been using that on those as well, and they work really well. And obviously I put a little bit of lubricant, because you're right, it pretty much sucks all the oil out of everything. But yeah, it's just kind of cool, man. I just wanted to show you guys what I got.
That's very cool,
Very
man.
cool. Yeah. Thanks, Mario.
It works really well if you have a Ruger Mark IV 22 and you don't want to take it all apart. Just hose it out, and but eventually you're gonna have to tear it apart, you know. But it'll get you through the range and all that, and it works wonders. Just make sure you have the mag out of it when you do it.
Yeah. Well, the Mark IV is pretty easy to tear down anyway. It's push button. Go back to the 1s, 2s, and 3s, and you got to use a little voodoo to put that thing back together.
Maybe
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
talking about the Mark III.
I just cleaned my Mark IV, and I love that thing. It's so easy to clean. You know, I called Ruger because one of the little set screws from the top of the rear sight kind of came off, and I've been trying to see if I can find those in Home Depot. They're all a little bit too long, so I contacted Ruger, and they're like, "Yeah, sure, we'll send them to you." But it was kind of weird that it fell off. I mean, I only shot like maybe 1,000 rounds that day because I just gotten that gun.
Yeah. There's a product that I learned about from CW called Vibratite.
Yeah.
It's not quite as nasty as you know, like the red and blue Loctite stuff. It's more of a gummy like material, but it's perfect for those kind of screws. They will not back out, and you can still, you know, pull them back out with your Allen wrench or screwdriver easy enough, but they don't come out under vibration. That stuff works good. Vibratite.
Yeah, I gotta find me some of that stuff.
It's really good because it's really good for like really tiny screws. If you've got any really tiny screws, it's really important. A lot of times you get them so they don't come out on you, but they can be so small that even blue Loctite will overpower them and they break.
You guys ever use
Forget
purple?
about red Loctite. It's just like sight screws, front sight screws or rear sight screws. They're
what I've used it for is
beads. Bead front sights on shotguns. You know, number 3s, number 2s, really, really tiny stuff. And that Vibratite is what it's made for. It's awesome for that.
That's forward sight, or not the front sight pin, but that pin on a Ruger Blackhawk that always wants to walk out across the top, just in front of the rear sight. There's a little tiny dinky pin, I don't know, a 64th or something in diameter that goes all the way through. And every one of my Blackhawks, that thing would start walking out after about 30 rounds. And I took them all out to the bench one day and stuck that Vibratite on them. Worked like a charm. None of them ever backed out since. And you can still get in there and push them out if you need to.
Yep.
I use purple Loctite. It's but it's still messy. I use like a toothpick or the end of a needle or something to apply it to a small screw.
Green is a nice one to have in your kit as well. It's the green is a sleeving.
It spans gaps. So
yes, it's designed for use where there's no threads.
It's a retaining compound.
Yes, you can drop it on top of a nut with threads. It'll migrate in. You can drop it on pieces to hold them in position. You can bed with it, like if you put an AR barrel in a receiver.
That's how I use it.
You can bed with it. It works really, really nice for that, and it comes apart. So
I'll put it on a barrel extension after I face the upper and get it all straight, and because I have that tool, and I'll put the green Loctite on there sparingly, just run around with my finger and then seat it. And I find that people talk about optimal barrel torque. I can sit there and torque that thing just to like 40 pounds and I'm fine, you know.
Well, I'll put it to you like this. That green Loctite is what we use to hold camshaft gears on heavy-duty Cummins big truck engines.
Yep, that's the way my buddy who's a transmission man, he held a lot of stuff together with that green Loctite. That's how I discovered it.
Yep.
You can just dab it on a nut that's already tightened up, and it'll work. It migrates in between gaps and spaces.
Yep.
So it's time for us to call out the side chat. You got any ideas, Walter?
You know what? I don't. You got anything?
How about
does it?
Loctite? Loctite.
Works for me.
I like what Andy put in there. Let's go with lube.
All right,
All
we're
right.
back. We'll go lube.
Too late. You got Loctites in there.
Well,
All right.
we'll,
We'll
Well,
get them.
lube
lube
or Loctite.
We'll get them both. It'll be fine. If I can get back to the top. Thank all y'all for being here in advance, and Steve and Susie's here. So
Yeah, it's Red Raider Reloading's here too. You just
yeah. So Andy come up with lube. So we want to thank him for being on the panel. Alaska One, Andy's out there. Walter Viejo is on the panel and the side chat. So is CW. So is Kentucky Rimfire and Hobbies. We got James Pollard out there, Colt 1927. Bama Dad's out there. Walter come in with lube as well. So did the Rebel Mike Hester. Alaska One, Andy. A lot of you guys are going to be in there twice because we changed up on you. So Kentucky Rimfire and Hobbies. Texas 6 is out there in his camper by now, out of that wind. Hillbilly Up is on the panel as well. Bobby Barlow, Colt 1927, Bama Dad again. The crazy Scotsman has lockjaw. So we got Rollis Carvelis, the gun genius. Edward Petty is out there. Steve and Susie's Homestead, Walks Fletcher, Red Raider Reloading. I did it. Alaska One, Andy, padding up bunker. What's going on, buddy? Paul Loud. I like that. Lock and lube. Mark Thomas did the same thing. Steve and Susie again. Mark Thomas is on the panel and the side chat. GGW Outdoors, Go Dogs. Walks Fletcher. Duffer 426. CW's out there. Rich B. Ron 2A Matters. Fuku YT. Hey Boom. Dwayne 7834. We got him so confused. He don't know what to type in. Vanessa Kitty's out there. Mr. Pollard is out there. Edward Petty again. Tactical Fudd. What's going on, buddy? Casey Doff is out there. Reloader 762. Good to see you, brother. I got some of your bullets loaded up. Hope to shoot them soon. Kyle Lusk is on the panel in the side chat. Walks Fletcher is out there. Old One Guy. Hillbilly Up. Hasbro, what's going on, man? And Hasbro had a review of a CV Life Scope this week, and he's got more to come. So if y'all get a chance to go watch that video, it's pretty cool. And all right. So as far as I know, we are currently caught up on the side chat. We're showing 50 of y'all out there, and we could not feel more blessed.
Hey, Fitty.
Big Al is out there. No, they sure didn't, but we're a football school. I guarantee you Gonzaga don't want to play Georgia in football.
Yeah, they don't have a football team.
See a couple of new names out there, Jamie. Mr. Shooting Sports, last of 3.
Minnesota Shooting Sports is out there.
You betcha, eh?
Last of 3. What's going on, buddy? Nice to have you here. Trying to find some more. So, yeah, man, welcome the new guys. Y'all welcome them in.
Come on in, children. Come on in.
Welcome, everybody.
We are glad you're here.
Hey, I got one thing I want to mention just before we get too far into the rest of the stuff, and I mentioned this to a couple of guys already, but if you're a bullet caster, except for Andy, who doesn't care about lead, the price of our alloys is, if you have to buy like super hard from Rotometals, or if you need linotype, that super hard went up to $9 a pound last week.
Yep.
We used to get that stuff for, $1 a pound, and $9 a pound. They say it's because of tariffs and stuff, but if you need to harden up your range scrap or wheel weights or whatever it is you're using, that stuff is really expensive. You can probably do better finding linotype on eBay. That stuff always shows up over there for a lot less. Anyway, I just wanted to throw that out there.
I don't want to give out a secret, but I feel like in these times I might need to hit up your local scrap yards. They've probably got sheet lead, linotype, and all that stuff stacked over there on a pallet that they're just going to get rid of. And you can buy it for pennies on the dollar. That's the way it is around here. And something to look into.
Yep. That's always been a good source.
Always a good place. Steve, I don't know who Tim Waltz is. So.
He sells tampons. He sells tampons.
Oh yeah. Hey, by the way, he was never in Iraq. Just saying.
Oh, sure he was. That's where he got all his experience with semi-automatic assault rifles.
I think Alex Baldwin has more experience than Tim Waltz does.
He's definitely got more kills.
Oh, come on, man. You didn't need to go there. Come on.
Right.
Come on, that was good.
Yeah.
All right. Sorry, Minnesota Shooting Sports. I don't know who he is, but I'm a good ways away. Oh, we got a taker. Big Al said he'll go. But I gotta tell y'all, if you're gonna mess with Big Al, you gotta go through me first. Of course, that may or may not be difficult.
Jamie.
I'm just saying.
Well, first you got to go through me before you get to Jamie.
Yes, sir.
That Minnesota Shooting Sports is Mike from Long Rifle. He's the one that sits in on my panel.
Okay.
Well, we're glad to have him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm going to hate to see Big Al whoop up on his governor. But yeah, it's like that.
That was so funny when Walt said, "I'm pretty sure I could whoop most of them."
Hey, by the way, if you ever run into Tim Waltz, go, "Hey, how you doing, Master Sergeant?"
Let me tie one hand behind my back and let's go, Biggie.
All right, we don't typically do politics on our live stream, but we are fight fans.
I'm about to say that's not politics. That's a personal threat.
Yeah,
yeah. There's already been another governor that challenged him and said, "Let's do like donation or fundraisers." So he's like, "I'll donate so much of my own money, and other people can, and me and Tim will, cage fight, box, whatever he wants to do."
Ooh, let's have DeSantis go at it with him. That'd be awesome.
That would be fun.
I think Ron will whoop him.
I'd pay for it.
Yeah. I've got a rooster running around the yard that tries to flog the snot out of me every time I walk down to the chicken coop to check eggs. And I've been punching him and fighting with him, and he's my training aide. He's pretty. I've nicknamed him Cogburn because he's got an attitude.
No, you need to call him Foghorn Leghorn.
No. He's not white, man. He's a game chicken. So I just called him Cogburn. He's ornery.
I say, boy. That boy's about as sharp as the butt end of the rowboat.
That's it. Yeah. If I had an old hound dog out here, I'm sure he'd pick him up by the tail and beat his hind end with a board.
And then you got Tim Walsh coming in going, I'm a chicken hawk. I'm here to get a chicken.
Yeah. I say, boy.
That boy's about as sharp as a bowling ball.
Yeah.
Yes, we're telling our age now. Mhm.
Yeah, we're the Looney Tunes show now. All of a sudden,
That's it.
Let's try to get back on topic if we can. Looks like Garage Guy got a new 1911 today.
hey, 1911.
That's always a good thing.
It always is.
Do tell us what it is.
Please.
Do tell. Do tell.
There you go. Edward Petty says do a video on it.
Yeah. Oh, a T-sauce. Okay.
Oh, those are
Caliber and
nice.
380.
Yeah, those are cool. I've been looking at one of those Springfield.
tanker.
Yeah, Springfield loaded. Those look pretty nice.
Mm-hmm.
Those are nice. I personally think that Springfield makes a better 1911 than a Kimber does. I know somebody want to fight me. Let's go.
I got a
No,
both. I think all the Springfields are Series 70s, if I'm not mistaken. I don't think they made a Series 80 yet.
the older Kimbers were great. The newer Kimbers, and then they kind of came back to better. So there was a period there where I think you're right, Mario.
I've got
My wife was
three
real good.
Springfields, and they're all nice.
Ruger makes a nice 1911. That's for sure.
Oh, absolutely. I agree on that one 100%.
Yeah.
My wife was wanting to get a Kimber 1911 from Cabela's of all places. I said no. You can play with it if you want to. I said I don't like this. This is a loose, for lack of a better term, piece of crap.
What was she trying to get?
I don't remember the exact model number of it, but it was a 45 ACP 1911. And I was just not impressed at all. I've got wore out 1911s that were tighter than this, and it was brand new.
Yeah, that's kind of unusual. I've got a few Kimbers, and they're all in, at least
tight.
Reasonable.
But
My CMP is pretty tight for being as old as it is.
They're probably older though, correct, Walter?
Oh, I think the newest one I have is maybe 4 or 5 years old. Is also they're not that old. I've got Springfields that are quite a bit older.
I got spoiled on 1911s. My first 1911 was a Colt.
Yeah, so was mine. Made about 1980. I still have that one. Old.
That was mine. Yeah, and then I got a Kimber Raptor 2. That was about 25 years ago, and
I have the Raptor. That's actually one of my best shooters.
Yeah, it's a good shooter. And then I've got a Commander style CDP something. They got so many models. But it shoots. It shoots good.
Jamie, I'm sorry. It seems to me like every time I say something, everybody wants to talk about it. Loctite 1911. What else you guys want to talk about?
Well,
topic is lube.
Yeah.
I got something controversial about lube.
One of the things I wanted to talk about, and Jags.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, not so much the plastic loop things that you stick a patch through. I'm talking about a real true to life Jag. And let me see if I got the right one here. When we say Jag, a lot of times we automatically go to thinking of something like this. Let me see if I can share this. And I got to tell y'all, Thorzak's turned me on to what I'm going to show you. But we think of this, right?
Mm-hmm.
And works good. And these long over here, these long Q-tips, one-ended Q-tips can be near priceless. But this is the one I wanted to
Chrome
look.
plated. There you
Uh, they call it that's from Pro Shot Products,
go. Yes,
and
sir.
that's a rasp and spear tip jag.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, the ones in particular, let me stop this and I'll find it, that he was talking about are and they come in two styles. And I'll show you the difference. I'm starting to really not like this desktop computer.
I like the Jags that resemble like a wad cutter with a point on the end of them.
Can y'all see that?
Yeah.
This is Dewey Rod's Parker Hale Jag, and that's the female thread. And they also have the male ones. Let me see if I can find the male ones.
A thread stud on them instead of a
right. And this right here is what you're talking about, Kyle. I think those style Jags.
Hang on, I gotta blow it up.
But if you guys are using any kind of copper killer, you're wanting to use the nickel plated, chrome plated Jags. Otherwise, you're just chasing your tail because
you're going to be blue forever. Coming out of that barrel.
If you're using Montana Extreme, you're turning your 243 Jag into a 223 Jag pretty fast.
Yeah, pretty quick, yeah.
Yeah, and you're just chasing blue. Oh my God, it's never going to come clean.
So
yeah, I learned that the hard way.
I don't have any of these style Jags, but I'll be buying some of those. This one in particular is for a 270.
I like the I like the spear tip better than the Parker Hill. I like being able to poke it into the patch and it hold it, you know.
Yeah, that's the ones I like as well.
That was the first style I showed. So what are our thoughts?
Well,
on Jags in general,
we've covered like Mario's kit is a kit I would carry in my truck for if I was coming back from the coast and the zombies took over and there were dead people running everywhere trying to take over my truck and I need to clean my gun real quick after firing 5,000 rounds. That's the perfect kit. But for like precision, I'm going to use a J. Dewey rod and I'm going to use the correct JAD. Again, I'm going to use a bore guide as well. And you can take a drink bottle, a Sundrop bottle, or a Coke bottle, whatever, and put it on the end and let it catch your patches. And that way it's not blowing your head off in an enclosed space with all the ammonia. But they make a product, MTM makes a product that will clamp onto the end of your barrel, but most guys just use a water bottle or something, because we're cheap.
And going back to what Mario showed in his kit, Mario, is that a nylon bristle brush or a brass bristle brush?
It's nylon.
Okay.
Nylon. Yeah.
Because there's uses for each.
Yeah. I dare say nylon won't clean we call it the false throat and bench rest shooting, or the false lead. It's the carbon buildup around the area where if you've got your bullet into the lands, say 10 thousandths, and you start getting that carbon buildup around the neck, well, it fools you into thinking my chamber's shorter now. And it pays to take notes. Because like I say, that's baby diamonds, and they're hard to take out. They're hard to strip out. A lot. I wish it was easy as like Andy said last week, you let up a gun, shoot a zinc bullet through it, boom, it's gone. Shoot a jacketed bullet through it, boom, it's pretty much gone. But that didn't do anything for the chamber, and you gotta clean that chamber really, really good. Having a stout pistol rod, a short rod that's stout, it's really stiff, works really good for that.
Okay, I'm working on getting that 1911 over to my email so I can show y'all Garage Guy's new 1911. Another thing I wanted to talk about, Tread sent me a link. Let's see what it's.
We're doing that, Jamie. I was going to show this. This is lithium grease from Aegis Gun Care.
Yeah.
And it comes in really handy when you need some lithium grease. I get it to focus. There it goes.
I got an Aegis gun cleaning kit.
Yeah,
So
and their
like
gun
that
cleaner
pretty
kit,
good.
I mean, yeah, it works really nice. They also have the needle drop, the needle droppers or whatever for their oil and stuff in the kits, and so anyway.
Yeah, sometimes all you need is a little bitty drop of lube, not a oil bath. So, because the more lube you use, the more dust and dirt it's going to attract and hold. Need just enough to keep it running.
Yeah, that's another thing that we probably should need to discuss is over lubrication, and I think all of us are guilty of that to some degree. I think what we need to bear in mind that there's two things that can happen, and y'all can expound on this. Oil over time will, when some of the stuff that's in it can evaporate, does evaporate, it turns from a lubricant into a gummy substance.
Yeah, coagulates.
And it also attracts and retains dirt. And dirt is the number one cause of abrasion in your in the mechanics of your firearm.
Yeah, don't be careful ordering that lube online, because like there's one deal out there, I think, and I don't know, I ain't gonna buy it, but it's see what's the name of that, P Diddy's gun lube, so stay away from that stuff.
Wow.
Yeah, mineral oil goes away. It evaporates and completely and totally.
Yeah.
And you got
So
to also remember that the uh, the yeah, Tommy Boy said it right. Carrier solvents are the evaporates in oil. Exactly.
Yeah.
Tommy Boy's so cool. Um,
So
now, what was I saying?
I built an AR for a friend of mine, Jamie, and he took it home and cleaned it thoroughly, and he over lubed it. So when we went to the range to shoot, he couldn't shoot 5 rounds without having malfunctions. And he's like, I don't understand what's wrong with this thing. So I field stripped his gun. And I was like, did you leave any oil in the bottle? And I wiped everything down, dried it up, and it run flawless after that. So I mean, that's a good prime example of overlubing. I mean, it can cost you.
Yeah, it can.
Hey, Jamie,
Yes.
I got something else I wanna share with the group. Go ahead, blow me up, please. Oh, not me. Sorry, guys. One of the things I always like doing is I always like to buy like these kind of like dental picks or whatever. I don't know if you guys ever use these, but these come in really handy. I bought this one just a cheapy kit from Amazon. Thing cost me like $5. And what I like about it, even has the plastic ones, hard plastic ones, and it comes with 3 different brushes. So it's always kind of cool to have a little extra stuff to clean those really hard to clean places. And the way I learned this is because back in the day, I used to be a 240 gunner, which is 240 machine gun. And whenever we shot we shot it a lot. It had a lot of buildup, especially towards the receiver area, the forward receiver area, and trying to get all that gunk out of there. It's just really hard just with the nylon brush. So a lot of us started buying these things. You also can buy like the little coupon deal things on Harbor Freight that I think they're like $1 or $2, and they kind of look like orange color with and it has like 3 or 4 picks on it. And those always help with cleaning stuff up. So just something to think about.
I use the plastic ones.
I've got plastic and metal ones, but yeah, they
Plus, you can get the corn off out of your teeth too.
Yeah.
Corn on the top.
Yeah, it's more gooder.
I like the brass ones because they don't actually scar the metal as much because brass is softer than the steel and actually the aluminum as well. And you can get in there and go to town and not worry about scratching anything up. But yeah, they make brass ones too. The hard plastic ones are great, but if you've got a hot gun, all of a sudden you've got a deformed pick if you're trying to clean it in a hurry.
Yeah, they get wonky quick on a hot metal.
Yeah, I like the plastic ones. They're what
It's
when those
not a
plastic
torchy
ones,
kit.
the tips will break after a while on them. And then what I do with them is I get a piece of sandpaper and I file a chisel point on them. If you're shooting a revolver, around the forcing cone, you always get a little bit of carbon buildup down there.
Scrape it
If
right
you,
off.
yeah, those plastic picks will scrape that stuff off, with a little bit of your Ed's red or whatever. It's amazing how, and not mar up the finish on your firearm at all. It's a really handy little tool, but they do break.
I've had to make a couple of picks and hooks in case someone had a case head separation. Boy,
It's on
get
the computer. Stop.
getting one of those out is a pain in the butt.
Yeah.
I'm
Okay,
sorry
let me see if
about
I
that.
can do this.
One of
Y'all
y'all
ready for this?
sounded off, and Gunner had to sound off. So
Yeah, that's my mutt.
This is going to the dogs.
Yeah, let's talk about that, Fred. Give me just a second. I want to show off this first. Let me. Here we go. There be Garage Guys 1911.
oh,
There
nice.
it is.
That's a commander size and looks very well made and well finished.
Mhm.
G10 grips.
Yep. So
That is
yeah,
nice.
how do I stop that? Right there. Okay. All right, we don't need that anymore. Let's get over here to this. I don't know that we're not going to get in trouble for. There's Mario back. What happened, man?
We're not gonna get in trouble for what, Jamie?
Showing these gun cleaning products on Amazon.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I don't know what happened, man. All of a sudden, I was talking to myself. I was like, "What happened?"
This is one that Tread sent me a link to, and it looks complete. Look at all them different
Got a bunch of swabs.
Jags, bunch of
Those are the Jags I was talking about, Jamie. They look like wad cutters with a point on the end of them.
Mm-hmm.
I love them.
I've got some of those, but I really want to try those Parker Hale style.
That looks like a James Bond cleaning kit, bro.
Telling
Don't it though? It's got everything.
I've got a whole selection of Tipton Jags at the shop that both chrome and brass, and it's not in a kit like that, but
Who was it last week that was saying that boar snakes will damage your crown?
I think Tommy Boy mentioned
Tommy.
that for one, and then a couple
Yeah.
of other guys did as well.
Well, I mean, are they cleaning from the crown end to the breech, or from the breech to the crown end? Because
can
I don't
be-
see where that little weight falling through the crown is going to damage the crown.
because the cloth can pick up particulates, can pick up pumice, can pick up grit, and you drag it through the bore, it can destroy your crown.
Wow.
That's why they say to use stainless steel rods, not brass rods and not aluminum rods. Same reason.
Snake fabric gets dirty, then it becomes abrasive.
I still like it. I still use them, but you got to be conscious of that and launder them, clean them.
I was about to say you got to wash them every now and then, you know.
Yeah, you got like anything else. Misuse of the proper tool can cause damage. So, like anything else, you got to be smart.
Which my wife is looking at me right now, going, "Don't you put those damn gun snakes in the washing machine."
Let me see if I can do this again. I don't think I got to the picture Tread wanted me to share. I think down here is what he wanted me to see. So you got upgraded solid brass rods. Is that what we're talking about, Tread? There's your assortment of brushes. Shows you all that you have. All right, see, that makes me cringe right there.
yes,
No bore guide on that.
Yeah, you no, that's no bad. No, you don't go in that way. Mm-mm.
ever at all. Going through the breach when you can. There's Mario's picks.
Like they're just going in on an angle.
It's only about
just
18-degree angle. I mean, you know,
just slightly. I
Ain't that big a deal.
I think it was a pump shotgun. So who cares? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You just
not
take-
one.
You open it up to choke a little bit. That's a short shotgun.
Yeah.
I'm not judging.
Yeah, I think that got what Tread was wanting us to see. But there's a what we want to talk about is and Walter, we still gotta talk about what we need to talk about. I'm trying to find it. How many Dewey rods are recommended? Did y'all see that in the side chat?
I replied, depending on how many caliber guns you have.
Yeah.
Well,
one for each size of firearm, I guess. You need one for
I-
a shooting
There's
handgun.
short ones and long ones, and there's caliber diameters, and there's just like Jags.
I tend to use the longest one, and I tend to have a 22 and a 243. A 243 seems stiff enough to clean a 30 cal. I really don't see buying rods at $30 some a piece for every caliber. So Jags, yes, but rods, no.
So a lot of people will get a small rod and try to use it on larger calibers, and it flexes. And
Yeah, a 22 will flex in a 30 cal big time.
yeah,
So, but like I say, I shoot a lot of 6mm. I find the 243 rod doesn't really flex in a 30 caliber.
Well, just like I said, misuse of the proper tool can cause damage. So
Exactly.
use it.
Exactly.
Use it. It's your gun. Do what you want. But
Yeah.
that's the proper answer is proper tool for the job. So
Yeah.
But your gun, you do what you
One
want.
thing that you have to make sure of when you're buying rods is your barrel length and your rod length. Your rod length needs to be at least 6 inches longer than your barrel length. That way you can push it all the way through, take your attachment off the end of it, and then slide
Pull
it
it
back
out.
through the breech.
Yeah.
So you want even longer than that in a bolt action because you have a long action bolt action. You could need a foot more.
Well,
Yeah.
that's why I said 6 inches,
Yeah.
whatever.
A lot of those bench rest guys, they want the what's the J. Dewey long rod? 40, 42, 40?
42, I think.
Yeah, 42, I think. And that's what they want. And I have a couple of those. Using a bore guide, I find I should put that caveat in there, CW, that a 243 rod, yes, it can clean a 30 caliber rod, but I got a bore guide in there protecting the chamber. So, and I'm careful. I'm not getting bow in it. So, that's the thing you don't want is flex.
4 new Possum Hollow bore guides just for 22s. Who knew that there were so many bore guide options for?
Oh my God. Yes.
And that's the way it is.
It be that way sometimes.
When are we going to get to the lubricant?
Mary, you freak.
Red Raider already has. Yeah,
Man, see, I'm talking about lubricant for guns, all right?
Yeah.
God.
Yeah.
I did not say water-based or silicone. I'm just saying. Anyways, I did want to talk about. I did want to talk about CLP. Now, I became very, very disappointed with the civilian version of CLP compared to the military version of CLP. There's just differences there.
Really?
Yeah, it's actually the military CLP is a lot thicker than the one that comes in the bottle from civilian. So I don't know. I'm sure it still does the job. It's just I'm just wondering why is it like that?
I don't know.
Well, it's because, and I can attest to this, in the military side, you're looking at extreme temperature differences, not just weather, but barrel temps and all this stuff because you're firing it a lot more, or it's sitting for a lot longer. Whatever, however the case may be. But you have extreme temperature changes and a lot of airborne debris, whether it be dirt or sand or whatever, and it's just thicker to keep it lubed more because they figure the civilian realm will be cleaning their stuff a lot more often. Which in the civilian sector, yes, you do clean your guns a lot more often than you do in the field, a lot more thoroughly and all that. So you get all the crap out of it, and you don't need as much. But the downside
Man,
of that is the military grade tends to attract more dirt and hold on to it.
Kyle,
Sir.
I love it when your PhD grunt comes out of you. It's more gooder. Thank you. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate that.
But
Also, when they figure $295 a can, they can make it better. Yeah,
That's true. But the other thing I did want to mention to you guys, uh, when we were in Iraq, we had a tendency, like the summer months is really dusty over there, like bad, 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 and it got to a point that the CLP wasn't working for us anymore. So what we ended up doing is we ended up going to a dry lubricant, silicone lubricant. It was I don't remember the name of it, but if you guys happen to live like in really, really hot climates like Arizona, Utah, anywhere in the where it's hot and has a tendency of getting really dusty, I would suggest maybe, going that route. I don't remember the name of the lubricant, but
I'm
I
trying
figured
to
I'd be
think
sure
of
that
it,
much.
Mario. I'm trying to think of it. I'm trying to whip out my PhD again.
But you know what I'm talking about, Kyle.
Graphite.
Yeah, graphite.
Yeah.
There you go. See, man, that's why I got you here, bro. You're my boy.
Well, Mario, you answered the question. I was going to ask you if when you guys were in the sandbox, and I actually had a little pile of Afghanistan on my gunroom floor when I cleaned out some magazines from a friend of mine from the 82nd, and I bought some magazines from him, and my God, that stuff's like talcum powder. I didn't know if y'all run your ARs wet, your M4s wet or dry, and you just answered that question. So
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
There you
But
go. Graphite.
yeah, but graphite, it looks dry, but it works really well. And we never really had any jams with our 240s, our 249s, our 50 cals or M4s because that stuff really helped. I mean, it even helped with because I had a 203, and the slide that you go in and out to put a new grenade in. That slide would get really nasty and gunky, and I put some of that graphite, and after that, it was more gooder. I was like, I get to shoot more. But yeah, it was good.
that's
That's
cool.
the only thing that we were allowed to lubricate the 50s with was graphite.
Well, see, when I build a new AR, I tell everyone when you build a new one, at least around here, I tell them what lube I use, which is part automatic transmission fluid and part 0W5 synthetic motor oil, and just soak the bolt and the carrier in it and wear an old t-shirt when you're breaking it in because you're going to look nasty. And But that's just a break-in period. I always wondered what you guys ran in those harsh, very harsh conditions. And that graphite makes sense. That makes sense.
Yep, it was graphite. It took me a minute for it to pop back into my head, but yeah.
All right. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm trying to do too many things at one time. Fred, Tread says, are pistol rods sized like the rifle rods? Do you need different sized rods for pistols, or because they're typically short barrels, any size is fine? I think the diameter uh, is less critical on pistol because they are shorter barrels.
I think for your 380s, 9s, and 40s, one rod's fine. You go from 45 on up to 50 cal pistols, revolvers, and stuff like that. You're probably going to need a stiffer rod.
Probably. I'll show you two I've got. And
Yeah, tell the Glock guys hell get one. All of us have a collection of those.
I tell you what, I clean my muzzle loaders with. I've got two old M60 rods I bought at a gun show, and they're steel. You got to be careful with them. But my God, they're stiff. they'll.
No, but you know why it's like that, right? Because the
Mhm.
M60, there's a reason why we call it the pig. All right, because that thing eats ammo like there's no tomorrow.
Yep. That's exactly right.
And that machine gun, you have to run it wet. That's the only way that thing runs correctly.
And you run them so hot, you have to carry 2 extra barrels with you.
Oh yeah, I had to carry those barrels. Man, that's the reason my back is so messed up.
Yes, sir. They're heavy.
I had a friend of mine. He's passed away now. He's an M60 gunner in Nam, and he's a grunt. He was on the ground, and he had two guys supporting him. Both carried barrels. Both carried ammo. So anyway, Jamie's got show and tell here.
I showed y'all a Tipton rod and told you last week that I liked the Dewey better. I just got that one 22 to 25 caliber Dewey rod. This one here is 27 to 45 caliber. You can see that it's a little thicker. And then I've got this one's 44 inches long, so it can go halfway to the Grand Canyon and back.
Show them the ball. Show them the ball bearings on that thing, Jamie. Spin that handle.
Well, it's not as good as the Dewey one I showed last week.
Oh, I thought that was the Dewey. Okay,
No, it's just the Tiptons.
The Tiptons are still good.
They are, but this is the shorter one. You see, it's got a smaller, and it turns freely, but you can take and spin that J Dewey, and it'll.
Oh yeah.
And that, like that one that Chad showed us last week, it ain't that swift, but
well, I have to get on the youngins that come in the shop, and they'll go over to the J Dewey rods and start spinning all the handles.
And then I got this one for pistol, and this is 27 to 45 caliber, 12 inch, and of course it's got the same handle on it.
Uh-oh, we lost a weirdo again.
Dadgum, Mario.
This one was Gunslick. That's who it.
And then we've got this one. I got this one, and I think it just came in a pistol box that I bought a pistol in. Uh, and a lot of your semi-autos will have something like this in there. But one of the things that I want to talk to there's Mario one more time. So,
Yeah, man. Sorry, something's wrong with my internet over here. I have to restart it again for some reason.
The joys of living in California.
No, it wasn't that. I think because I was on my phone all this time. I don't know if it was acting up because of it. So decided to move over to my laptop.
Dave wants me to show y'all a K31 kit. But let's see if I can find that. Hold on a minute. I'm gonna have to put my dog out too. Walter, are you there?
Yes, sir. I'm here.
One of the things I want to talk to you about is, we were supposed to be talking about gun cleaning problems.
Yes,
One
sir.
of the problems I run into is carbon rings inside pistol revolver cylinders. If you want to talk about that, and I'll go put this dog out.
Okay. Well, yeah, anybody who shoots a revolver knows about that carbon ring, and particularly if you're shooting 38 specials or 44 specials out of a Magnum revolver, and you get that doggone carbon, buildup right at the end of where the cartridge would be, and then you come in and try to shove a Magnum round in there and it don't fit because of that carbon ring.
Yep.
So there's, you can take a brush with you to the range, and usually you can brush that stuff enough of that out so you can get your Magnum rounds in there, but then they might be hard to extract too. So it's a thing. This is something, and you won't be able to see it unless we blow it up, but let's see how close I can get it to the camera. Okay, there it is. Okay, this is a little scraper goodie thing that's made just for that. This outfit makes them for 38/357 and the 44/44 mag, and I think maybe 45 Colt too. And all it is, you stick it in the back of your cylinder, and it's slotted on one end. You can just turn it with a screwdriver blade on your Leatherman tool or whatever you took to the range with you,
Cut
and
it out.
and it
Yeah.
just a twist, and blow through your cylinder, and that again, it doesn't clean, and it doesn't go all the way to the outer 100% of the diameter of your cylinder, so it's not going to scrape and damage your cylinder, but it does it enough with just a couple twists to get that carbon ring out until you get home and clean it, so you can go ahead and cram your Magnum cartridge in there. It works pretty good. Made by a company called Slicks Springs, SLIXPRINGS. And like I said, they only make them in maybe 3 of the revolver calibers, but I've used them a couple times, and it does work. And it's faster than going in there and scrubbing out the cylinder. So now you can finish up your Magnum rounds. Of course, the other alternative is buy yourself a 38 special and a 357 Magnum and shoot the right cartridge out of the right gun. But that's not always an option, especially here in California. We don't have that many choices sometimes of what we're going to get. But there's that, and like I said, you can. Before, and it was 6-Shooter Texan who showed this to me not all that long ago, maybe last year. And he said a lot of the cowboy guys use those because they're shooting a lot of 38 specials out of 357 size revolvers, and they end up with an issue. It's not really a problem if you're if all you're going to shoot all day long is 38 special, because all that carbon is out after the end of the case mouth. And unless you shot 500 rounds or something, and now even your 38 special wouldn't go in there or something. But I used to just take a bore brush and, push it through this cylinder and scrape enough out of there that way to keep shooting. But this thing does work. Like I said, the company says that it won't hurt your cylinder, and I've only used them a couple times, and I haven't seen any evidence that it would hurt the cylinder at all. So
I've
I
got
want to
that.
know what kind of couch Mark has, because man, he is so comfy in that thing. He's about to fall asleep. Look at him.
Yeah.
All right,
Probably the same one that Andy's got because Andy's out.
Yep. Yep. But
Dr. Sink.
then the
Sink,
other
oh,
issue
Dr.
then is,
Sink.
what do you guys use at home to get rid of that carbon ring? What cleaner product? I use that Montana Extreme Cowboy Blend. That stuff works pretty well on getting those carbon rings out. That's hard on your eyes and nose and anything else it gets on, but it does work pretty well.
Tommy
Yeah,
Boy says he uses a brush and a drill, and Terry's reloading seems to do the same thing.
I end up using the brush in a drill, and what I did was took one of my old cleaning rods, just an old POS one, cut it down to a reasonable length, and then you just and it'll get in there and scrub that stuff out pretty quick too.
Yeah, see,
And it's just your cylinder, so you're not hurting your barrel or anything doing that. You don't do that in your barrel, guys.
No, no.
absolutely not.
How many
So,
of you guys? Go ahead, Jamie.
I was just going to say Kentucky Rimfire don't have that problem yet, but he will. He's got
Yeah.
he's got a 38 revolver now.
How many of you
Yeah.
guys got a really tight revolver and you shoot low velocity lead loads in it, not powder coated, and then all of a sudden your revolver starts locking up because of lead buildup on the forcing cone? And the first time I experienced that was with a 45 Colt Anaconda during my concealed carry pistol class 25 years ago. And I was like, oh my God, what's going on?
I would have failed you if I was an instructor.
Well, no, you wouldn't have done it.
Wesson Model 57, the 41 mag will do that. It's so tight in there already, and it does that with powder coated. It's not the lead or the powder coat. It can just get hot. You shoot a whole bunch of them, and just enough carbon building up on the face of the cylinder and or the end of the barrel there. And it'll lock up tighter. And
I've got a 7.5-inch Vaquero that's that tight, and 45 Colt, and then you can't really shoot cowboy loads in it. You better load the 6-shot full house load. They blow that stuff out. And but that Anaconda, I was shooting cowboy loads, and there was a lady on the line shooting a 8-inch Rossi 357, and she was ripping the target in half. And those guys were ready with tape at my line because they thought that big bore revolver was gonna. And I shot, and they went poo, and they kind of laughed. They knew what I'd done, but I was happy. Poo.
Oh,
Hold on a minute, guys. Chad's going to bug out and get ready for his show. Y'all remember that he comes on right after we clear the air. So, and one other thing, Chad, you want to tell them about it? What you got coming up this week?
We got our live's coming up here right after this, and it's called Let's Talk Bench Rest, and we're talking about scopes tonight, and I'm gonna go down that rabbit hole. And I picked up a new pellet rifle this week. I picked up a 1971 Benjamin Franklin 342.
Oh, nice one.
Yeah, the pump cup was hardened on it, and I soaked it in some transmission fluid and got it softened up, and it shoots like a new one. So, and it's got really nice wood on it. I made a video with it this morning, and that'll get posted up sometime this week. I also came across a custom built bench rest rifle built by Gene Davis out of Ohio. And if you type his name in on Google, he comes up in every rimfire forum.
Yes, sir, he does.
So I have a Gene Davis 22 caliber bench rest rifle in layaway, and I'm excited about that. I called the guy that owned it before I put it in layaway, and he owned it and sold it to another guy, and then that guy traded it in, and he's like, if you don't buy it for that price, I'm getting in a car and coming after it. And I was like, too late. Sorry. so yeah, I'm looking forward to that. But yeah, just still shooting challenge targets. You guys remember to go out there and shoot that March Madness target that Hibbley and I came out with, and support Elijah. According to his email he sent to us, he should be back in a week or two. So hopefully that's the case. He's recovering. So, but I appreciate everybody that supported us on that. And yeah, come over and see us at 10 o'clock Eastern, and let's talk a little bench rest. And Jamie, great show. Thanks for having me, buddy.
Thanks for being here, brother.
We'll see you, Chad.
Take care, Chad.
Good night, Fed.
All right. Andy said he's getting ready to go too.
Calling Dr. Zink. Calling Dr. Zink.
I need some zinc. I'll do some zinc melting this weekend. Get some of my zinc into my body. All right, everybody, have a great week.
See you,
Thanks
Andy.
for being here, Andy. We
Yeah.
appreciate you.
See you next time.
No
We'll
homo.
see you, Andy.
Okay, let me show this gun clean kit that Thorzak's wanted me to show y'all, and then we'll get to the verse of the week. This is a K31 gun clean kit, and it comes tied up, and you just untie the wraps and open it up. And you got all kind of neat stuff in there. You got
pretty nice.
I had one of those.
really nice rods. And what I like about these rods is the joining section is brass, and it's got some little serration lines on there to keep you from messing anything up. So those screw together, and you've got this handle, and then you got some patches, and
You don't need no patches.
bronze phosphorus brush. And I'm assuming that's for a 7.5 caliber, but I don't know that. Dave, you'll have to help me because I don't really know what that is.
It's one of them.
And it's threaded on that end so you can.
That nose hair trimmer.
I guess that's to run your sack through. Now you've got two more different size brushes.
It's a nostril stretcher.
That one appears to be nylon. And you got this contraption too, which I think I just figured out what that is. That's a mirror so that you can look down in the bore.
Wow.
And you have a plastic bottle to put stuff in.
Thor says that's a chamber patch holder.
Okay. And,
Okay.
that is full of grease.
Oh,
And
lovely.
Tommy Boy said that's a broken shell extractor. What is it?
It does look like a broken chill extractor.
We'll just go with Thorzak says because he's the
Is
one
it got
that
a?
kinda knows it.
Is it like not parallel, Jamie? Like if you run it through your fingers on the side, does it have a bite to it, or is it smooth?
What, this thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you feel an edge?
Not really.
Turn it one direction, not the other. Like it'll turn one way, but not the other.
Yeah, maybe a little bit.
Because that'll bite into the brass headspace case.
I think it's both.
I see the taper on the front, which looks like a shoulder. That's why I thought it was.
I think you could knock a stuck piece of brass out of your chamber with this, and then use it to clean the chamber as well.
For patching it, sure.
I think it's one of them multi-purpose tools. What I think it is, but I've just really been. This goes in my range bag most times I go to the range. It's a treasure for me, and anything that you guys, any of you have ever sent me, there's a sentimental attachment that comes with it. And
Oh shucks.
so I really appreciate this, and I really like it. And the rods are very heavy duty. And
Mario, you're killing me, brother.
Oh me?
Yes, you.
I'm just an innocent child from God. What are you talking about? Hey, by the way, I wanted to share something with you guys before we start the verse. You guys remember I showed you guys the Warrior Bible that I got from. Well, I was remember I told you guys I was going to get a cover for it. So I got a cover for it. It's pretty cool.
Oh man, that's cool.
Oh, man, that is.
Yeah, it's leather.
beautiful.
Got my name on it.
Nice.
Got a little handle here. You know, it's nice,
Yeah.
ain't it?
That's
Really?
beautiful.
I like anything with leather cover, man. It's really cool. I got it through Etsy, man. There's a lot of cool little vendors in there that sell stuff like that. So I like it so that way it preserves the Bible because it's very meaningful to me. So pretty cool. I like it.
That's very cool.
Yeah, man,
Yeah.
I like it.
That's beautiful.
Very nice.
Okay, y'all know that we've been studying the
Yeah, I am.
I am statements, and I'm gonna get. I need one of them Bible covers, dude.
Mine's getting pretty flimsy too.
We're going to start, and the third I am statement is in John chapter 10, but we'll have to be very careful because if you're not careful, you can be studying number 3 and get into number 4 real quick because they're both in chapter 10, and we're going to go right up to the edge right here tonight. And let's start at verse 1, give us a little background. And y'all remember that in John chapter 9, we talked a little bit about that last week. Jesus heals the man that was born blind. So chapter 10, verse 1 says, "Most assuredly I say to you, he who does not enter the sheepfold by the door, but climbs up some other way, the same is a thief and a robber." Verse 2 and 3, "But he who enters by the door is the shepherd of the sheep. To him the doorkeeper opens, and the sheep hear his voice, and he calls his own sheep by name and leads them out." And here's the verse of the week, verse 7. "Then Jesus said to them again, most assuredly I say to you, I am the door of the sheep." Verse 8 and 9. "All who ever came before me are thieves and robbers, but the sheep did not hear them. I am the door. If anyone enters by me, he will be saved and will go in and out and find pasture." And we'll finish this verse 10 right here. "The thief does not come except to steal and to kill and to destroy. I have come that they may have life and that they may have it more abundantly." So we want to focus mainly on our verse of the week was his verse 7. And then Jesus said to them again, most assuredly I say to you, I am the door of the sheep. So in verses 1, 2, and 3 right here, we covered that. This most assuredly part right here is peculiar to John. Jesus doesn't say that a whole lot, except in he says things like that in the other gospels, but he most assuredly is a John thing. And notice here in verse 1, he says that he who does not enter the sheepfold by the door, but climbs up another way, the same is a thief and a robber. So who is he talking about there? He's talking about the religious establishment.
Yeah.
And then he continues that thought. He who enters by the door is the shepherd of the sheep. To him, the doorkeeper opens, and the sheep hear his voice, and he calls them by name and leads them out. They know his voice. He knows them by name. Isn't it an awesome thought to think that Jesus knows you by name?
Right. And notice that he's not saying I'm the shepherd. He's
Not
saying
yet.
I'm the door.
Right.
He says, I'm the door. I'm the way.
I
I'm
am
the
the
way in and
door.
out of here.
I'm the door of the sheep. Who are the sheep? That's us, his followers.
Yep.
And we'll get to the shepherd next week.
Yep.
So then he's back to the religious establishment again. All whoever came before me are thieves and robbers, but the sheep did not hear them. And I am the door. Again, he reiterates that thought in verse 9. If anyone enters by me, he will be saved and will go out and find pasture. And then verse 10 should be a very familiar passage of scripture. The thief does not kill except to steal and to kill and destroy. I have come that they may have life, that they may have it, and that they may have it more abundantly. Right here, Jesus is showing the contrast to the religious establishment that are leading people in the wrong direction, and himself, who is the door for the sheep to enter. So when he says, I am the door of the sheep, Jesus uses another picture from sheep farming of his time. Out in the pasture lands for the sheep, pens were made with only one entrance. And the door for those sheep pens was the shepherd himself, as he lay his body across the entrance to keep the sheep in and to keep out the wolves. The shepherd was, in fact, the door. So thief there, when he says, all whoever came before me are thieves and robbers. Thief implies deception and trickery. Robber implies violence and destruction. So these take away life, but Jesus gives life, and he gives it abundantly. These are the con men and muggers of the spiritual world. Alford there, one of our commentators says, because the Pharisees are blind leaders, they are also bogus shepherds and come under the category of those designated in John 10:8, thieves and robbers. And that's not Alford, that's Tasker. Jesus does not say that they were, but that they are thieves and robbers. The emphasis is on his own day. So very rich passage of scripture, and I have a note from John MacArthur, if y'all would like to hear that, from the MacArthur Study Bible. There in verse 7 through 10, he says, I am the door. This is the third of 7 I am statements of Jesus. Here he changes the metaphor slightly. While in verses 1 through 5, he was the shepherd. Here he is the gate. While in verse 1 through 5, the shepherd led the sheep out of the pen. Here he is the entrance to the pen. verse 9, that leads to the proper pastor. This section echoes Jesus' words in 14:6 that he is the only way to the Father. His point is that he serves as the sole means to approach the Father and partake of God's promised salvation. As some Near Eastern shepherds slept in the gateway to guard the sheep, Jesus here pictures himself as the gate. Questions or comments? Is that too much?
No, it's not
No.
too much.
No, it's not. I'm just trying to. I'm just trying to understand what you're saying and listening to you and reading it and trying to understand.
Yeah, it this 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 verses, it can be a little bit confusing. It still is to me a little bit, when at the first part of the chapter he's saying that I'm the door. He didn't say he's the shepherd yet. He says I'm the door. I am the way to get to heaven. And later on in the book he talks more about what he means by that. How do I get to heaven? That's all throughout the Bible, of course. But he brings that back up in this chapter too. Not in this chapter, but in the book. And I think Jamie mentioned in 14. I forgot now exactly how that one goes, but I don't think we want to talk about that one yet tonight. But this first part of this, he's saying, I'm the gateway. I'm the door. This is the passageway that I expect you to go through. Okay. And if you do that way, I'm going to know your name. You're going to be welcomed by me. But this is right here. He said right here, this doorway, namely me speaking as Jesus. I'm the gateway. I'm the doorway. This is how you're going to follow me. And it's the only way you're going to follow me. If you want me to know your name, you want to get to heaven, you got to go through me. And I think that's what he's saying here. In the same way that a shepherd would be a doorway to the pen, and the shepherd would know his sheep by name and so forth. Jesus is saying the same kind of thing right here. I'm the passageway. We've heard him say that time after time, that I'm the way. This is the path you want to follow. I'm the door. So.
When I was a young man, I had a problem with these verses being referred to as a sheep. And as I got older, I realized that Jesus was talking to very common men who were sheep herders. And there you go.
Yeah, he used a lot of metaphor.
Yeah, it's a lot of metaphor. Yeah.
Yeah, John's gospel is very rich, and I would I often recommend to a new Christian the first book that they should read is John's gospel, and then they should read James, and then they should read 1 John, and that'll give you a firm foundation. Probably after 1 John, I would say Romans, but if y'all are looking to enhance your relationship with God through Jesus, I highly recommend John's Gospel.
So much in there, and good. A lot of it's just good storytelling too. I think, it
is.
Yeah,
it
if you love murder mysteries and war history and kings and all that, the Old Testament is slap full of that stuff. So
yeah.
So we need to start. Go ahead, Hillbilly. I'm sorry.
I was just going to say, I think you guys did a great, point of pointing all this out. But I'd just like to, say one more time what I believe he's saying here is there's no other way. I mean, no matter how good deeds you do, he's talking about the thieves, that come, as the thief to come, steal, kill, and
Yeah,
destroy.
the phonies.
No matter how you do it, the only way is through the gate, through him. I mean, he literally says right there, I have come that they may have life. Not only have life, but have it more abundantly. And, I think he's making the point there that, I mean, you guys have covered it really good, but just remember there's no other way, other than
and he's talking about current at his time religious leaders, and I believe that still bears a lot of truth today. We have a lot of charlatans and a lot of proclaimers of Christianity that it's all about them, all about the church, all about they forget about the man that lays in front of a gate to keep wolves from eating his sheep. And that's what Jesus does.
Shall we just say false reverends?
Yes, sir.
There's a lot of things. Well, that was going on in Jesus's day too, guys. And I think we're getting to the climax. But right now, what we need to remember is Jesus's time. And John chapter 10, Jesus's time is not yet here. So he's not going to come out and say what Hillbilly's getting to. And that's the seventh I am statement that we'll be studying in a week or two. And I'm so excited. I can't wait to get y'all get with you there. And
Jamie, you're just like every Sunday school teacher I've ever known. You hold me back, man. We're ready to go. We're ready to go.
Champing at the bit over here. Yeah.
Yeah.
You got to leave a cliffhanger to keep you coming back.
That's right.
So, Mario, if you would like to read John's gospel, and anytime you have any questions, give me a call. You got my number. I know you do.
Yeah, yes, sir, I do. Yeah, this is really eye opening, and yeah, thank you for sharing that. I'll definitely will.
We got to start going through the room, but please call me if you have any questions. John's purpose is to establish the deity of Christ Jesus, and with that, we'll let Hillbilly go first because he's got to go help Chad on. Let's talk about bench rest, and y'all should probably get Rebel on there sometime, Hillbilly.
Yeah.
I was
No,
on
you
there.
won't stop talking. Don't do it.
Oh, shut up.
Oh man! First of all, I want to say thanks for being here. Always a lot of fun. A lot of great people on the panel and the side chat. It's always a great way to start off the weekend. And tomorrow night we'll have Guns, Beer, and Therapy, 9:00 Central, 10:00 Eastern, and we'll be doing Hasbro's his March Madness BB gun deal he had. Will be he's giving away some prizes and stuff for the people that got involved with that and everything. So make sure you come over and visit us if you ain't got nothing going on. And other than that, just making some videos. And like I said, Chad show's coming up next. So if you ain't doing nothing after this show, come by and visit him. Thanks a lot for having me, fellers. I sure appreciate everybody.
See you, Hillbilly.
Good to see you, Hillbilly.
Bye.
Thank you for being here.
Yeah, and also I wanted to ask Mark Thomas, you think you can put a leather pistol holster on the back of that Bible cover Mario's got?
Probably. But you're right on.
Yeah. Well, thanks, Hillbilly, for sharing some time with us tonight, and we'll let you. You can just check out whenever you get ready and go help Chad, and we're going to move on. Mario, you want to go next?
Sorry, there we go. Yes, sir. First of all, thank you for the invite. I really appreciate it. I love coming in this chat because I always learn something, you know. And got nothing much going on. I'm doing a lot of brass prep and just trying to get as much ammo for the summer. And then, yeah, that's pretty much it. So I appreciate the invite and thanks everybody for sticking around and watching us.
So maybe me and you can fill in for Scotsman Sunday night, Mario.
I'm not sure if I can, buddy. I might be out of town, so I'm sorry.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Just a thought. Uh, Walter, you want to go next?
Sure. Yeah. First of all, thanks as always for the invitation to be here and participate. You guys know that I really look forward to Friday evenings to get here and sit and chit chat with you folks. And Friday never passes that I don't learn something and come away feeling better than I did coming in. So that's always a welcome part of my week. As far as what we got going on over here at Casa de Viejo, I got some video coming out next week. We're going to finish up that 44 wad cutter that I started last week. I got a little bit more to bring to you on this 45 Schofield little short series that I'm doing. We're going to do the next piece of that this coming week. And I got some bullet casting to do, and I got a bunch of rain scrap to get smelted down, and I got friends coming through town. It's going to be a busy but fun week for me. So again, thanks so much for the opportunity, I'll call it, to come in and hang out with you gurus, you mavens of misfortune, gurus of gunsmithing, and yeah, and even Mario.
Hey man, we appreciate you, Walter. It ain't the same when if you weren't here, buddy. I think everybody looks forward to hanging out with you guys. A lot of times I think I'm just supposed to be quiet and mash buttons, you know. So all you guys on the panel are awesome. Thank y'all for what y'all do. And Kyle, you want to go next, brother?
Sure. Like what Walter said.
Oh my God! Turn the camera off.
Like what Walter said, I enjoy the opportunity to be here with everybody. I enjoy the side chat, and we all get to share and learn from each other. There's a lot of knowledgeable people both in the side chat and on the panel, and we've all got our own certain subjects, and we're all willing to share all kinds of information, and we just hope everybody acts like a sponge and soaks it up. And we enjoy it every weekend, and I'm glad to be a part of it here for the last couple of weekends. I know I've been absent for a while, but it is great to be back, and I appreciate the opportunity to be here. And with that, I'm going to hand it over to Mark.
Yep. I'll echo the others. Thanks for having me. It's always wonderful to be here. Always learn a lot as long as I can stay awake. So I don't really have a whole lot planned coming up. I just got to get down there and clean that shop up. It's such a mess. I can't get in there and do much of anything. So that's going to be probably one of the first orders of business. And I don't think you want to see that on video. So I'll let you know when we got something good coming out the pipe. And I guess I can send her on up there to Rebel. Good night, all.
You need to try out for radio, bro. Just saying.
Yeah,
I got a face for radio, you telling me?
I'm just getting ready for the groundhog shoot. We have our this is the 43rd annual groundhog shoot. This is the third year I've ran it, and every daggum day I remember something I forgot to get ready for it. But got all the score sheets made, got the targets numbered. Got it on 3 Facebook pages and Instagram, and Accurate Shooter, and I still get calls. Hey, are y'all having a groundhog shoot? Yeah, we're having it. You know, so I hope I have a big crowd, and I'll probably at least have the core 120 shooters that come every year. But I'll try to take pictures. I'm calling the match, so that's pretty busy. But I'll try to get some pictures for you guys. It's not a match that lends itself to good camera footage because everybody's laying prone between partitions. But I'll try to get you pictures of targets, and we have some pretty amazing shooters. I've seen some tactical police departments come out there, and even Jarrett Rifles from Georgia, from Southern Georgia, come out there and kind of go back home scratching their head going, why didn't we win this? My God, these old boys can shoot. And some of the targets these guys throw down at 500 yards are just amazing. You know, you're shooting at for score at a dime sized target in the head, and with corresponding scoring target, scoring range, and then probably a 50-cent size target in the belly with subsequent scoring range. And a couple of years ago, a guy broke 101 as a scorer, and that was pretty amazing. Pretty amazing to see. And it's a little match. We don't get a lot of support, a lot of donations for the prize table. I have to call out Gene's not here tonight, but I have to call out Shooter's World and Vortex and Ruger. They send some swag. They're small little prizes, but anymore a pound of powder is not a small prize. You know, I mean, that's $75. So Shooter's World sent us a case and a half of powder and 2,000 primers. That'll be a good prize, and the shop always donates a prize. So we're trying to decide what we're going to donate, and I barely break even on the thing, but it's always fun. Always fun.
Good deal. Glad you could make it tonight, Rebel. Thank you for being here.
You're welcome, sir.
CW, what you got coming up this week, my brother?
I finished up, I think, 7 videos today. So I got some posting to do.
Man,
you're an overachiever.
Well, I went to the range twice this week, so I had a lot of footage that I took, and I just didn't have a chance to put it together. So today, while I was casting and powder coating and doing my other things, I got that done. So that's coming up. I got a number of videos. I've upped my videos from 2 a week to 3 and 4 a week. I think last week I had 3 on one day. So there's extra videos coming and being posted. And don't forget, most of us also have Rumble channels. So we're over on Rumble. I want to thank everybody on the panel for being here, and of course everybody in the side chat. Really good time. Pretty good talk tonight. We went over a lot of things. We kind of got off in left field a couple times, but it's still always a good time. And appreciate all you guys and the side chat, and we had a good time.
Very good. Thanks for being here, brother. Thanks for all you do for us. And with that, I will just tell you that we love you and there ain't nothing you can do about it. And we hope the Lord blesses y'all real good. And if he's willing, we'll see you next Friday night at 8 o'clock. Say good night, y'all.